Well, Kevin, here we are at Goodison Park, just in the aftermath of a really crucial 2-0 victory for Everton over Bournemouth, and I suppose an even more crucial victory for the manager, Marco Silva, when you take into consideration the comments made by Farhad Moshiri at the general meeting during the week.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think the result was imperative for Everton today. I think we come here and we're looking for Everton, given that the money that they spent, and maybe Farhad Moshiri spoken about, he's not happy with the league position and the form of the team. But I think it was about getting a result today, getting those good attacking players that Everton have got back with some sort of confidence going forward. I think we saw at the start of the match today, the first 25-30 minutes of the game today was pretty poor for Everton. You can see the lack of confidence around the ground. I think that's maybe transcended to supporters as well, where I think we're looking at Everton support coming here today. It was a bit dour at the start of the match. Everton fans weren't really up for it, and that was largely down to the negative performances from one or two of the players at the start of the game. But as the game progressed, I think we largely, or we did see Everton start to come into it. I think we started to see better attacking play. I think we started to see a more confident Everton showing, and I think the result was probably reflective of the game. I think it probably was a fair result at the end of it. Bournemouth going in at half-time should have been in front. They created 2 or 3 really good chances. David Brooks was one of those, certainly hitting the post. But I think overall, Everton today getting the result is just key for them going forward, and hopefully now the performances will start to flow off the back of that result.
On the other side, Eddie Howe maybe not under pressure, but that result just continuing a really poor run for Bournemouth, and they're in a little bit of trouble now. I know they're quite clear of the relegation places, but you know, how soon before they start looking over their shoulder?
Yeah, is it nine losses from 12 now? They've lost the last 6 away from home. Away from home is something that you see Bournemouth, they do play a little bit too open at times, I think, and Eddie Howe's got real belief in his system. He's got real belief in his players that they'll go and outscore sides. Today, they've conceded 2 goals off the back of being fairly, I say in the first half in particular, I think they were fairly dominant, certainly for the first 35 minutes of the game today. Second half, they come out Everton a bit more positive with the way that they finished the first half. And I think that's the thing that Eddie Howe will look at and think, look, are those goals preventable? Which they probably are, really. Luca Digne put a great cross in, but no one marking Kurt Zouma, one of the best headers of the ball in the Everton team. He's 5 or 6 yards out with no one marking him. Asmir Begovic is stranded, really. So I think overall, yeah, you say they're at the top of that. He certainly won't be under any pressure with the job that he's done here, but I think you look at Bournemouth and in my mind, I think they're just too open, and I think they need a bit more solidity to the side. I think they've got to be a bit more stable at times. But as I said, it's Eddie Howe's belief that they can go and outscore sides, and he won't change that belief, and he won't change his style of play.
Are they maybe lacking, because they are a soft centre, they've conceded so many goals, are they lacking that bit of grit? Like, you know, I'm looking at their big players like Gosling and Cook. Are they the kind of players like to be really physical and you know, get, you know, I suppose maybe inspire the players around them?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Maybe that little bit of grit that's probably not within that side. I think it's Eddie Howe's belief that they can go and outscore sides. So he prefers to play open and attacking play, both fullbacks bomb on. Maybe at times they leave themselves a little bit exposed in central areas because Lerma's a little bit, I wouldn't necessarily say ill-disciplined, but he likes to go and get on the ball in advanced positions. He likes to go and maybe be a little bit looser on the pitch. That's the thing, what you'll see with Lerma. So I think overall Everton, what they did to them today, I think they exposed a side that have been vulnerable of late, and it wasn't, as I said before, it wasn't a great Everton performance that's gotten the result today. Whereas Bournemouth, I think you just feel that, look, sometimes get your holding midfielder, whether that's Lerma or Dan Gosling, sit. Get Steve Cook, who's one of the more experienced players in the side, just to tell those players in front of you, just sit in. If we're a bit more vulnerable and the 2 fullbacks have bombed on, one of your midfielders just sit in front of us and make us a bit more stable. You never feel that with Bournemouth. You feel as though if they're going to win a game, it's going to be 3-2 or 2-1. They're always going to concede when they're going to go and win matches.
Now we know Irish manager Mick McCarthy is trying to get his squad together for the European qualifiers, which start again in March. Seamus Coleman obviously was left out for the Leicester game and for the Cup game. Yeah. There was a bit of panic, I suppose, back home over his place in the team, and John Joe Kenny coming in and doing well. But if you're Mick McCarthy, I'm not sure if he was here today. I know he was down around London. You knew yourself he was down watching games. If he was here today watching Seamus Coleman, what would he be thinking going away?
Well, somebody would have been watching the game today to see the performance and monitor Seamus and see how he gets on. I thought Seamus played very well today. I don't think we saw the performance from him today where we see a real free-flowing Seamus Coleman where he's bombing on down the wing and he's getting crosses in. A couple of times he did find himself in advanced positions in a central area in the middle of the goal. Put a couple of decent crosses in. But the thing that most impressed me today was his defensive performance. I think when Everton came under pressure in the last 25-30 minutes, and once he scored that first goal, I think he sat in alongside Michael Keane. I think he did a great job defensively for the side. So I think he was solid enough. Again, I think he's probably going to get better and better as his fitness probably grows as well. So I think overall, It wasn't maybe the free-flowing Seamus Coleman that we've seen in recent seasons, but solid nonetheless, and a very good defensive performance from him.
Yeah, and Silva he's tried out back threes, he's switched the centre halves around a little bit, he's had John Joe Kenny in there, but is that looking like Everton's best back four now? And the fact that Coleman contributed to a rare clean sheet for Everton, that's not going to do his chances any harm either.
I think the Keane Kurt Zuma partnership defensively, I think that's the best centre half partnership for Everton. I think Luca Dini is getting better and better. I mentioned the cross for the goal. It was a brilliant cross from him. Like I can't explain the skill involved in getting that cross back into position. He had to fall over on his backside to get the cross into the area. And Coleman at right back. I think that's the best back four for Everton. I think Everton are better as a back four rather than a back three as well. And as you say, I mean, I think that is the best back four for Everton going forward. I think that will be Everton at the best. Pickford behind them looked a little bit vulnerable. Even today in the first half, I think he looked a little bit nervy. But he's a decent goalkeeper, and I think behind that back four, I think he'll look better. Yeah.